Okay, hi. Welcome to History 1301, online for the fall of 2020. As the slide says, my name is Carolyn Carney. My email is listed on that slide, and I will be your instructor. As I said, Carolyn Carney. I have been a professor at TCC for 20 years. I have taught at community colleges for 26 years. And this is what I look like. Unfortunately, in our environment, you may never get to see me online, which is, oh, I'm sorry. You're missing out. But these are recent pictures, both with the contacts in and with the glasses on. And so this is the person from whom the voice is emanating. A little bit about me. I have a master's degree in history from the University of Texas at Arlington. I specialized in 20th century political history, concentrating my thesis on the Cold War in Dallas. And I love what I do. I'm not too thrilled about the online format that we're in now, but I would rather be online and at home than sick. So this is where I am. Due to COVID, we are not in our offices at TCC. This is my pandemic office, this little area where you can see my desk is extremely messy and there's a coffee cup and all the rest of it. So again, if you think about me at all, you can think about me in this little space that I call my office. All right, just some real basic information. Everything that you need for this course is online on the Blackboard site. You don't have to buy any books. You don't have to get any extra resources. Everything is online and free and made as accessible as I possibly can. Secondly, we're going to be working through the course material week by week. Each week, we will work through course content and assignments, written work that are organized by folders, and I'm going to take a look at those in a minute. One thing I want you to do when you finish this video is to become familiar with the Blackboard site menu, which is at the left of the Blackboard page. Please take some time to click on Instructor Info, which has my information about, my TCC office number, which again, we won't need to worry about, my TCC phone number, which we won't need to worry about, but my email address and some basic instructions about our virtual office hours structure. Click on the link to send email, and you'll find a list of people you can send this email to. And if you send to all instructors in the course, that's me. So you can send me an email very quickly through that link. Again, I'm the only instructor in this course. If you send to all instructors, it will get to me and me alone. The link for virtual office is what you would click on if we arranged a virtual office meeting. I have included a whole lot of good information in the menu item strategies for effective study, and I'm going to refer you to some of them a little bit later. The folders link are where all the course content lives, and you're going to get very familiar with folders. Grades will take you to your grades once we have some of those in there. But what I want to do is start with the link to the weekly schedule. The weekly schedule is how you're going to know what we're supposed to do each week. Oh, sorry, that chirp was my bird. His name is Max. You can find the weekly schedule on the left side menu in the Blackboard side, and if you click to open it, you're going to get a PDF file, which should open on any device. That's pretty much the rule for everything, any document that we have in this course. They're all in PDF. I strongly advise that you print that weekly schedule so that you can very easily refer to it. I'm a little bit old school. Paper and pencil make sense to me. I have my copy of that document sitting right here close to me so I can make sure that I know where I am each week. Don't try to read the small print on this slide because you'll have your own copy of it, or can always look it up online. But for our purposes, the week begins on Monday. Monday is when I'll have all the information in a folder available and ready for you, and it will end on Saturday. All written assignments that are in the folder must be submitted no later than Saturday, 11:59 p.m., which is referred to often as end of day. So as you can see, follow that little arrow up on the slide, each week of August 24th, for example, this week we're doing folder 1, and the written assignments in that folder are due no later than Saturday, August 29th at end of day, and it goes on for each week throughout the semester, so you'll always know where we are, where we're supposed to be. Please note that late written work will not be accepted unless you have prior approval from me to submit that work late. And I'll talk a little bit more about that when we look at the syllabus. Completion of the folder's written assignments count towards your attendance in the course, which strangely enough, we still have to keep. And again, you can stop this recording at any time, put it on pause, go back, look at it again. I'm going to try not to insult your intelligence by just reading to you. All right, when you go to a folder, this is kind of a sample of the things you're going to see. You're going to see an overview. You're going to see any reading assignments that you'll use to write journals, and I'll talk about all this shortly. You're going to see course content, maybe more than 2, whatever information has that little icon, that little paper with the world icon next to it is going to be a course content link that will lead you to things like my videos, my video lectures, or other websites or other documents, or other YouTubes that will help to explain the content of the course material for that folder. And then you're going to see a link to write your journal or submit an assignment. So written work, okay? And I've color-coded these. So anything in red is a folder overview, blue is a link to a PDF document, black links to course content, and green are links to submit your written work. So always just click on an item to open it. So this is a sample of what you will see in an overview. And when you go to an overview, you don't have to click anything, it's right there. And again, don't try to read the small print, but I just want to give you a sense of what's in an overview. First of all, it tells you the week that we're working on and when the written assignments are due. And it also tells you how many topics are in the folder. The max is going to be 2 topics per folder. It gives you a little introduction to the first topic there. It's going to give you a direct link to the online textbook reading assignment. The textbook is good for resources and background. The detail comes from the course materials. The detail comes from the videos. The details come from my lectures. But reading the information in the free online textbook, it kind of sets a stage for you and is a place to kind of begin. You're also going to see a topic outline / study guide for each of the topics. And when I say study guide, that's exactly what I mean. This outline is kind of a guide to help you with note-taking and the things that you need to know. But when you're ready to study for an exam, this is also the place to go to make sure that you are covering the things that you're liable for on exams. If there's topic 2, there's topic 2, same thing, a brief intro, topic 2, a link to the online textbook, and a topic outline and study guide. And again, if you need to stop, you need to kind of go over it again, you want to go to the Blackboard and call up a real one, again, you can, but I wanted to acquaint you with this basic information. All right, when you open a new folder, and this is a little more detailed than the previous slide on a folder, again, you'll see the overview and the details about the topics and the links to the textbook reading and the outline study guide. The next thing you're always going to see is a reading for that folder. Again, in blue. You're going to see content. For example, in this particular one, about Jamestown Colony, about Plymouth and Massachusetts Bay Colony, and a link to to a YouTube series called U.S. History Crash Course, and then a Write Your Journal link, or any written work that needs to be submitted. And under that Write Your Journal link are the instructions for that journal entry. When you click on the Write Your Journal link to submit your journal, the instructions will be recapped as well on that next page. Please be aware of something. When you do submit work, the Blackboard program has a weird little quirk. When you are writing your written journals or assignments, you're going to be putting your responses into a text box. Now, writing in the text box and editing in the text box works just fine. But if you copy something that you want to paste in that text box, if, for example, you wrote your response in a Word doc, then you would need to copy that into the text box. But instead of just clicking on the paste icon, in order to paste in Blackboard, you have to press Control and the letter V at the same time. Now, I don't know why that is like that. It just is. So copy works great. Paste, instead of just clicking paste, press Control V to paste. And you'll get the hang of that, I think, if you need to. And let me also just note in that box to the right, when you are submitting your written work, please use the text box. Please do not attach your work as a file. And I have a reason for that. I've got about 100 students, and they're all going to be submitting written work to me every week. Opening a file requires more clicks on my part, which means time. And sometimes those files are unreadable on my computer. So I don't want you to submit something to me that I can't even open. So if you can please help me to get your work graded a little faster and to make sure I can read it, please, please, please submit your work only in the text box, not as an attachment. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right, we're going to go through the syllabus. And the syllabus is found in that left side menu of Blackboard. Again, just click on it. It is the official formal description of the course requirements, class policies, college policies, etc. And again, I'm not going to insult your intelligence by reading the syllabus to you, but I do just want to real quickly go over the sections of the syllabus and point out a couple of things. First of all, you're going to see instructor information. Again, my name, my rank, my office number, and office phone number, which again, we're not going to be able to actually use this semester. It does give you my email again, and it also instructs you just to always check instructor info on that class Blackboard website to know the current office hours and virtual and ways to arrange a virtual office appointment. There's a link to, or there's a section on course materials, which again tells you that everything we use in this course is online. Again, we'll be using a free online textbook and supplemental readings that I put online as assigned in the folders. The course description and goals. This is a U.S. History survey class, which means that we go over a lot of stuff in a relatively short period of time, but we are going to try to have a good understanding of the history of the United States from colonization up to 1876. And we're going to be looking at history through political history, economic history, diplomatic history, and social history. Course requirements include a reading journal, which will be 100 points of your grade. Again, these journals are spread out in the folders. Each journal is worth 10 points. You're going to do 10 journals for a total of 100 points. That's a quarter of your grade. And once again, late journals will not be accepted unless arranged with the instructor, and we'll talk about the late work policy in just a minute. Second, you will occasionally find folder assignments only because TCC policies require that I take attendance on a weekly basis. So your completion of written assignments or journals count as your attendance for that week. The points on written assignments other than journals are usually going to go toward the exam points. And again, I think it'll make some sense once we get into this. And then finally, we do have exams. I've got 3 weeks scheduled as assessment weeks, which means testing. The assessment for that week will cover the folders that we've gone over previously. No exam is comprehensive. You'll never have to know everything all at once. Every assessment includes multiple choice exam and a brief essay. Total points available for assessments plus the folder assignments will be 300 points or 3/4 of your grade. Exam policies. Due to this online environment, students are going to have, you'll have 6 days to complete an online assessment. Again, it'll open on the Monday and it'll be due on the Saturday end of day. Again, the weeks are specified as assessment number 1, assessment number 2, assessment number 3. Because you've got 6 days to complete this multiple choice test and this essay question, no makeups will be allowed. You've had 6 days. You need to make sure that you are organizing your time to complete your work. Assessment number 3, the last assessment, the final exam. The only difference with this one is that it will begin on a Thursday, December the 10th, and must be completed by the end of day on Tuesday, December the 15th. This is the only exception to the Saturday deadline policy, and it's simply because of the structure of the semester. The semester ends on a Wednesday. And again, because you've got 6 days to complete it, no makeups will be allowed, but any exceptions to these exam policies will be at my discretion on a case-by-case basis. Okay. Final grades, we've got 400 points in this course, and on the next slide I'm going to be a little more detailed about that, but it is in the syllabus as well, so just hang on. Attendance, TCC does have a mandatory attendance policy, and yes, we do have to keep attendance in an online course, and again, that's why you're going to have something written to turn in for the folders each week, so that I can count you as here for the week. The official policy says that if a student misses 15% of the class meetings and does not keep up with course assignments, they may be dropped from the course by the instructor at the discretion of the instructor, but I'm going to state right here and now, and it's in the syllabus, I will not drop any student this semester for absences. I will not drop you for absences. If you want to leave the course, you need to withdraw from the course through WebAdvisor. Okay? I will not drop you for non-attendance. That's your responsibility. The section on student accessibility, if you need accommodations, make sure that you are registered with the Student Accessibility Resource Office, the SARS office, and their phone number is included in the syllabus. Academic dishonesty, cheating, plagiarism, that sort of thing, will not be tolerated. And if you will, and again, the syllabus will direct you here, please take a few minutes to read the document entitled The Importance of Academic Honesty. You'll find it in the section, the menu section called Strategies for Effective Study and Student Resource List. Withdrawal from a class with a W. If you find that you are unable to complete the course, again, I will not drop you for absences. You have to do it yourself. And the last day to withdraw from a class with a W is Thursday, November the 19th. The section Studying Online, just is a note that due to our strange and pandemic world, this course is pretty tightly organized. Again, I would advise you to print out the weekly schedule, and please, please stay current with your work each week. Please adhere to the submission deadlines. I say this because it's in your best interest. Don't get behind. Devise a schedule for yourself. Use those time management skills to make sure that you are not getting behind, because we do need to stick pretty closely to this week by week by week schedule. The section on late work policy will lay out the exceptions to this policy. Late work, written work will not be accepted without prior approval from the instructor. And it will tell you that if you find you cannot submit your work on time, you need to send me an email explaining your problem in detail. And I've got to receive that email before the deadline for submission. If I receive your request, I will email you back. If I approve your request for an extension, I will give you the date and time that I expect the work to be turned in. All right, and it needs to be a good excuse. Please save me the drama, but outline carefully what the problem is, why you can't get that work in on time, and be honest about it, okay? The next section is virtual office hours. You know, in the real world, for the last 26 years, I've had, I would spend time in my office, and students are open, or students can come in and see me in a drop-in basis. But in an online environment, that's not possible. Now, I do have that link to a virtual office. So if you wish to talk to me, and I mean like real live talk, not just a written chat, please follow these guidelines listed below. I can be available for virtual conferences most afternoons, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., Monday through Thursday. So to arrange a meeting, send me an email 24 hours in advance requesting the time that you can be online. If the 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. doesn't work for you, please suggest an alternative. But I gotta warn you, I am not a morning person. This pandemic has actually really messed my sleep cycle, sleep patterns up. I generally cannot get to sleep before 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So afternoons are possible for those meetings. Early evenings are possible for those meetings, but morning is hit and miss. Nevertheless, if you suggest a time or send me the time you can be online or suggest an alternative, I will send you an email confirming it and give you the quickie instructions for how to reach that virtual office. If I'm not available during the time that you request, if I have another meeting or another conference scheduled, then I will suggest an alternative and you have the chance to accept it or not. But once we have come to a mutual decision, a mutual agreed time for our meeting, then I'll be in my office about 5 minutes before our scheduled meeting begins. And again, if you need to stop this, go back, look at the syllabus rather than just hear me kind of ramble about it, no problem. What's next? Other documents. Again, please take some time to read the documents in the Strategies for Effective Study and Student Resource list. And I've listed about 5 of them that are going to be, I think, most valuable to you. So the importance of academic honesty, how to study, keeping a reading journal. I mean, what do I even have journals for? How long should a journal be? Between 200 to 300 words is what I'm asking you to kind of shoot for. How do you even read these historical documents I'm going to be asking you to look at? What's the best way to read them and learn from them? And then how to write a journal entry. You know, in a sense, how do I even approach this assignment? Those documents will kind of get you going and started. And then finally, the college policies, some legal things as well regarding Title IX reporting about sexual harassment, etc., are also detailed in the syllabus. So again, this is a quickie overview. You need to open that syllabus, print that syllabus if you like, read that syllabus in detail. And if you have any questions, you can email me in order to clarify what you don't understand. Let's go back to the points. Again, grades, final grades are the big deal, right? There are 400 points possible in this course, and your job is to earn as many of them as you can. And this rubric for determining grades is also in the syllabus. But to make an A in this course, you need to have earned 360 to 400 points to get an A. For a B, 320 to 359, and so on. Okay. Please understand that grades are based on points, not percentages. Okay. I'm looking at points, not percentages. And let me also note extra credit. Everybody wants to know if there's extra credit. Within the next couple of weeks, I am going to give every student 15 extra credit points. It's a gift. You don't have to do anything at all to get them. And that's simply because we are in this weird and strange world. And I want to give you a cushion. I want to give you this 15-point cushion. Because I'm a nice person? Yeah, you know, I'm being a little sarcastic here, but I want to do this for you. I want to give you that 15-point cushion so that, you know, if there's if you mess up something, you've got that 15-point extra credit cushion already there. But again, this is the only extra credit I'm going to have. Please don't ask for more. Please don't say at the end of the semester, is there anything else I can do? Please don't expect any more extra credit. I'm giving you 15 points of extra credit for the course. Okay, again, if you need to stop, if you want to stop the video, read through these things again, feel free. So having all of this information now, you're ready to finish folder 1, which is where you found this video in the first place. You want to make sure you understand how the course works. You need to make sure you read the syllabus, you read the document about the importance of academic honesty. You want to get familiar with the other documents and strategies for effective study. You want to make sure you have your weekly schedule, that you know how the Blackboard site works. Just click on things and make sure that you're comfortable navigating the site. Second, to finish folder 1, please watch the brief video Human Migration, which is an animated look at human migration patterns from ancient history on. And all this is to set the stage, in a sense, for where we're going to start this course with European exploration and colonization of the Americas beginning in the 1490s. And then finally, to finish the folder, you're going to submit your written work for the folder by Saturday, August 29th, 11:59 p.m., end of the day. You're going to submit two pieces of work to me. One, the student readiness acknowledgement. And the next slide is going to give you the step-by-step process for this. And second, you're going to submit Journal 1. And the journal instructions are just right under that link and will also appear again when you click to write the journal. Journal 1 is just simply you introducing yourself to me. And as long as you write something, I give you 10 points. Okay? So, for the student readiness acknowledgement, please read it in full. And if there's anything in it that you don't understand, send me an email with your question or questions so that I can clarify it for you. Once you've read it, once you understand it, you can then click on the line that says Submit the Student Readiness Acknowledgement. It's going to give you the journal instructions again. Copy the statements that are in bold. Again, that's your acknowledgement. I understand this, I understand that, I understand this and that and the other. Copy the statements in bold. Once you've copied, click on Create Journal Entry. Give it a title. Anything is okay. It just has to have a title. And then paste what you copied. Paste the statements in the text box. And remember, you have to press Control-V to do that. Once the paste has been completed, put your name and student ID at the bottom and post entry to submit, and you're done. Again, this is an ungraded activity, but it will be marked as either complete or incomplete. And again, it is your acknowledgement that you understand how this course works and what's expected. Okay? And then second, just to post a journal entry from any folder or an assignment. Click on Write Your Journal. Click on Create Journal Entry. Give it a title. Write and edit your journal in the text box. And again, if you feel like you have to write it in a Word doc and instead of the text box, then copy and paste your information into the text box. And again, I'm asking you, please do not attach a file. When you finish, you have an option. If you want to kind of save it and work on it a little bit later, you can save your entry as a draft. But if you're ready to send it, click Post Entry and have it in by Saturday, end of the day. And then finally, I'm going to leave the folder 1 available to you throughout the course so that you can always go back and review the introductory video at any time during the semester. You can always send me email questions. I check my email at least twice a day, once in the early afternoon and again in the early evening, Monday through Thursday. I will answer your email as soon as I see it. But I got to tell you that if you send me an email Friday through Sunday, that may take a little bit longer for me to get back to you. But I will answer those no later than Monday, if not sooner. I urge you to set a schedule for yourself as you begin this semester. Again, it helps if you're organized. It helps if you've maybe decided that you're going to work on history on Tuesdays and Thursdays or Monday and Tuesday, whatever works for you. but it will help you to be organized and structured in your study to make sure that you meet the deadlines. And again, for this class, new folders will open on Mondays, and written work is due on Saturday, end of day. If you want to schedule a live meeting with me in virtual office, again, go back to the syllabus and follow the procedure by sending me an email at least 24 hours advance, and we can confirm our times. And last, every one of us are human beings. And every one of us are probably going to make mistakes during this semester. Let's acknowledge that right now. This is a weird situation we are in. And none of us is perfect. So let's be kind to each other and patient with each other throughout this semester. Okay, again, you can view this video anytime you want. It's always going to be there. You can ask me questions on email and make appointments for virtual office meetings if you like. And I just wish everybody a great semester. So I'll be talking to you much later throughout the course. Good night.